Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here at Toasty DIY, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my John Deere Hydro 165. Let's get right into it. So this right here is a John Deere Hydro 165 lawn tractor or lawnmower, and this one I believe is a 1988, but I think it could range between, I want to say 85 or 86 and 88. Because this model was only out for a few years. It's a wonderful mower that I got for free, and you know, just a heads up, depending on where you live, you can almost always get older riding tractors like this one, whether it's John Deere, Craftsman. They just really, the older ones at least, they don't really hold a ton of value usually. So I think it's really awesome how cheap you can get these for, especially compared to how much new ones are. You know, for a new one, you're looking well over $1,000. I just want to show you guys the actual mower itself and some of the things I've done to it. So I actually picked this mower up from free. I did have to do a little bit of work to it. You know, I got it not running and it hadn't ran in probably upwards of 5-6 years. Got a new battery. I ended up going with the Die Hard U13 size, and I did do like the gold battery. So just kind of went through the whole entire mower just thinking, you know, hey, probably nothing has been done in quite some time. So I did actually go through and change all the fluids out, clean the air filter, put a new fuel filter on, new spark plug, and then we actually took off the whole entire seating and footrest. This whole entire metal sheet and seat come off in one piece, and right back here is actually the gas tank and the fill up. So you basically just take, like, I think it's these two bolts here and here, two on each side, so two here and then two over there, and then the whole entire thing just lifts off. You do have to obviously, like, I think this knob needs to come off. Runs and drives really well. You know, top speed's not very high. It's maybe 5 miles an hour when you're all the way forwards and all the way forwards in the hydrostat. Reverse is probably about like 3.5-4 miles an hour, so it's definitely not a super fast mower by any means, but it's not bad. And I do have the guard for this. I just decided to take it off because I wanted the mower to be able to fit through tighter spaces, as I'm not really using it to cut very often. But this does have the 38-inch, I think it's the Excel deck. It has 2 blades in it, and you know, it really wasn't too bad for cutting, surprisingly. I didn't even take the blades off or sharpen them. I didn't mess with the belts, and it actually has an electronic engagement where you just kind of pull up and then push forwards, and that worked out pretty well actually. And I was using that to cut through like brush in the woods, because I didn't want to use, I have a very nice mower over there that I did another video on that's brand new, so I didn't want to use that, you know, cutting up sticks and stuff like that. And then of course I also changed the engine oil, which is very easy to do, and I don't believe this mower has a filter on it. Yeah, I'm almost positive there's no oil filter. The actual oil drain, I want to say, oh, right here. Yeah, it just sticks out from the actual, it actually uses the same spot to fill, and then you just open that up and then you're good to drain your oil. And I think this has a dipstick on the inside of it. So yeah, all that was pretty easy. It's a very easy to work on mower, and I'm just genuinely surprised because obviously there's no hour meter. I would imagine this thing has to have, I mean, hundreds of hours on it, and I mean, it runs amazing. It can idle all the way down, and it sounds like it's not even running. The idle's so low, but it runs really well. I know these things are known for having some carb issues, especially just because of how old it is, and you know, you leave fuel sitting in it, especially if it's not treated every winter. You definitely are going to get a gunked up carb, but yeah, this thing just runs and drives amazing. You do have a lot of metal. Got metal bumpers in the front, metal bumpers in the back. This grill is definitely metal, and you don't really see that a lot of newer motors. This whole entire deck is steel as well. And then I'm going to go to the back now because I do want to show you guys the trailer hitch assembly I made for this. So what I did here is I bought a 2-inch ball, and then I just drilled a hole. So this is actually not even square tubing, it's actually just angle iron. I just had a bunch of scrap angle iron, so I TIG welded it together to make square tubing or box tubing, and then drilled a hole with my drill press for a trailer hitch of any size. Just did this the other day because the hitch, after a while, I was pulling, I would probably guess upwards of 500-600 pounds, maybe even more, and the trailer hitch was starting to actually bend down because it's only held on with 2 bolts. I did the bolts because I didn't want to weld something to this. I wanted this to be removable in case I ever wanted to swap it to a different mower, or in case I ever needed to work on it. I'm not a big fan of just welding stuff straight to things because I think that it can cause a lot of problems in the long run, and bolting is definitely the way to go. It's just 2 M8 by 125 bolts, a little wagon that you can you know, drop your pin through. So I was only able to use stuff with trailer hitch unless I took this whole mount off, because originally the hole is underneath this. So I added this stainless steel tab, and I TIG welded that on. I painted everything black. But yeah, I added this the other day too, so that you know, when it gets pulled on, this is some really thick steel here. So now when it goes to pull, it had to pull this steel here too. So I have very, very good confidence in this thing holding really well now. So I'm pretty proud of that. And yeah, I welded all the way through here too. So it definitely turned out really nice. We got a little piece of angle iron here as well, just to kind of give it some more downforce rigidity so that it can handle the weight. I'm definitely pretty proud of it. I used it to, and I'll have some videos on here and some pictures, but I was pulling, and this is before I did the modification and made it a lot sturdier, but I was pulling a 4x8 foot trailer full of giant logs and sticks, and I probably was going I mean, from the very end of the drive all the way down, and yeah, I was pulling a lot of weight with it. Didn't break a sweat. So hold start it for you guys. It's a little bit warmed up. I should be able to just start it. Yeah, and I think the starter is either going bad or the relay. Yeah, so I mean, this thing runs super smooth. This is a pretty low RPM, but I want you guys to hear when I lower the RPM all the way. So it's not warmed up right now, so it could die, but once it's warmed up, I can leave it idling like this, and it'll actually stay running, which I just think is just insane. So anyways, yeah, once I'll go ahead and take the e-brake off. So that's just like that. And then I'll go over here to the hydrostat. Yeah, so this is like a pretty low fuel. Yeah, so right now you can see we're about like halfway through the RPM. I'm gonna go ahead and crank it up a little bit. Crazy that something that's carbureted from 1988 and hasn't had like an overhaul or anything can idle this low and stay running. And you know, I've never had any issues with overheating or anything either. So yeah, long story short, it's an amazing mower for it being free. And like I was saying, you know, it's definitely not hard to pick up stuff like this at really good deals or even free. A lot of times they're just in people's ways, especially when you know, they stop cutting the grass because they hire someone. And then obviously, you know, once these sit for a season or two without having fuel stabilizer, they're not going to start back up. They're going to get flat tires, the battery's going to be bad, and then to them it's like a paperweight. They're just like, wow, this is, you know, it takes up as much room as, you know, a quarter of a car or half a car or a motorcycle. So a lot of times they just want to get rid of them. So sometimes you can even offer just to come pick them up, and you know, if you get it out of the way, they'll say, yep, just take it. So anyways, that is my I guess you could say review slash just general knowledge of the John Deere Hydro 165. It's a great mower, definitely made before my time, but I definitely love it, just like it was made, you know, yesterday. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our main YouTube channel and also Toasty Clips, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.